and then it goes from A Link to the Past to the Oracle Seasons, Ages and Times, A Link's Awakening, then Zelda 1, then Zelda 2. And then the story finishes out. When you get to Zelda 2, it's no longer The Legend of Zelda. It's just called Zelda 2, The Adventures of Link, because the legend is over. They finally destroyed Ganon's body, put him in the Thunderbird. Ganon cannot be resurrected. Well, he can be resurrected again, but he needs Link's blood. But you play out Zelda, and that doesn't happen. He eventually comes back anyway.
And we'll link to your YouTube video of it.
Yeah.
So readers can hear all the details specific.
And it goes through that. I have to incorporate Skyward Sword. Well, Skyward Sword self-incorporates itself, so I don't have to do that. And I just have to incorporate, A Link Between Two Worlds.
Yeah.
But yet, I want to make a game with Nintendo. Sorry for digressing, everyone. I want to make a game with Nintendo where the game is based on that, where there's a prime Ganon, and Ganon literally is using time, and he's jumping into the different ports of time, doing things in all of the Zelda games to screw up time, and Link has to go behind him and defeat Ganon. How many times there is Zelda games?
It'll be sort of like Zelda Kart. No, I'm just kidding. Like following after.
Yeah, he's following after Ganon until they come to the final Nexus, and he has to battle Ganon in the Time Nexus, and he has to defeat Ganon to just set everything straight. That would be ridiculous. And you know what they can like Link's final power could be? Like Ganon incorporates us on. You ever watch a movie with Jet Li, The One?
Yeah.
And Ganon can absorb all the versions of Ganon there ever was and become the super powerful Ganon of power. Because now he's like all of the Ganons put together, and then Link finds out if Ganon can do it, so can I. And then all the Links from all the other Zelda games come together and make one Link Prime, and he's all golden like in what's the
like Transformers?
No,
like everything joining into one big massive.
He would look like the spirit of Link in Twilight Princess. And I told this to EG, and EG was like, good idea, I may use it. Actually, I have a YouTube video of him saying that.
Yeah.
So I hope.
Where did you meet him?
E3 last year. Yeah, I told him, I said, when you create a Zelda game that binds all the timelines together, I'm like, it's great to have Hyrule Historia, but the problem with Hyrule Historia.
Sure, you're on Hyrule Historia. An alternative. And I'll do it to give everyone an alternative version. The reason why I don't like Hyrule Historia is because Hyrule Historia works if you're looking at it as alternate realities, not times. It can't be an alternate time. It doesn't. Time is one straight. You can break off away from it, but it will always end the same way. So, and when you look at Hyrule Historia, they're saying there are 3 different endings. Time doesn't have 3 different endings. Time has one ending. You ever play Legacy of Kain: Soul Reaver? If you play that game and you listen to Kain, Kain explains it. Time affords a paradox. If time itself, if you try to change time will fix itself or remove the irritant so that the end result happens no matter what. That is the fate of time. It's not going to change. You can change everything in it. If my destiny is to go outside and I'm going to die by getting hit by a car, I can avoid every different scenario. But one day I'm going to die by being hit by a car. It may be red, it may be blue, it may be orange, it may be whatever. But that is my end result, and you cannot change that. And that's why mind you, there's a popular anime right now. What's it called again? Which is precisely this. Everyone's watching these days. Steins Gate.
Steins Gate, exactly. Exactly. And everyone is trying to find the loophole in the time paradox so they can change the end result. But you cannot change the end result. The time will end the way time ends. And that's just the way it is. The Legend of Zelda is a prime example of that.
Let's get back onto
I'm sorry. I'm a huge Zelda fan.
I know.
I
can tell you would be here all day with
yes, I would.
With ideas. We'll make that a separate thing.
Okay. We're in an interview. All right.
What's your most anticipated game? Nintendo game?
Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Well, Super Smash Bros. for you. Yeah.
Okay.
When that comes out, sales of the Wii U will skyrocket. Instantly.
You might have heard that Nintendo had to downgrade their forecasts recently.
Yeah, because they're waiting. Well, in my opinion,
what would you do if you were Nintendo to make
if I was
drive up sales again?
Get
back on track.
I would. Well, the next Zelda has to be a brand new console Zelda, with a different story. They need to bring. They need to bring Metroid. They need to bring. Nintendo just needs to go back into the closet, get all their all-star characters, and create console versions for them. Nintendo, you guys need to make a serious, in-depth, offline Pokemon RPG for your console. It has to be as in-depth as your handhelds. I don't know if Nintendo really wants to go online and make an MMO world of it, because everyone wants that. But if they're not going to do it, they need to take the approach of making an actual in-depth, serious storyline of Pokemon and put it on their console. That pushes sales. A new Zelda, that pushes sales. Smash Brothers, that will push sales. Take a break from Mario for the next 4 years. A Metroid, even a Fire Emblem on the console. Nintendo just needs to go to their games. In fact, Nintendo needs to go talk with Sega and say, let's make an adventure version, just like how we do Mario All-Stars with Mario and Luigi RPG. We need to make an action-adventure 2-player game with Sonic and Mario adventures, where both players, it's a 2-player game. One guy can use a gamepad and run around in the same world as a guy that's using the TV, and seamlessly.
Miyamoto's got to make it.
Yeah, Miyamoto.
He made that. That would be pretty cool.
Yes, it would
be a good game.
It would definitely be cool, and if they did that, those sales would spike the Nintendo Wii. That's all they have to do, and Nintendo will be good. Nintendo needs to understand that they cannot force the hand of third party. It is a different industry. It's not a video game industry. It is a consumer electronic industry now. Applications, entertainment, interactive entertainment, all that type of stuff. That's what it is. And unfortunately, Nintendo's policies or style of games does not suit that of the market. So in a sense, they kind of got like pseudo blacklisted because they don't follow those things. Nintendo follows their own tune, and I'm glad they do. I'm glad they don't conform into the industry. We already have 2 versions of the PlayStation or the Xbox, depending on which side you want to look at. I'd like an alternative.
Okay, last question. It's getting pretty busy here.
Yeah.
So we're looking to make a Nintendo convention with Nintendo.
Yes.
What would you like to see there to make it something they would really enjoy, or that would be really cool for the fans?
Pulling
Nintendo fans together.
The Nintendo World Championships. That's definitely something I want to see, and I want to. I'd love to be the host of the convention, or at least have a panel there. I would love that. But them hosting the Nintendo World Championships there would be great. I'm actually talking to Nintendo about putting together some type of competitive element, but then again you told me that already.
Yeah.
You were talking at Apex about doing something, but I would like to get some input on that and help out in any which way we can.
What other kind of things, like games, people, who do you want to see?
Games, panels. I would like to see some of Nintendo's. Miyamoto should be there. Luigi should be there. Reggie should be there. Sakurai should be there. Yeah, so they can harass Sakurai.
Yeah.
And they should have lands for 3DSs, everything that works on Nintendo. Mario and Luigi should be there. All of that stuff. It should be like a E3 or PAX type convention, but it's all Nintendo. You guys follow that? You can't. It is literally impossible to fail that. That's what I would see. I'd definitely be there, enjoy the 3 days of having a great time, playing video games with friends, and I'd like to somehow be a part of that, because actually that's what I'm talking with Nintendo about. So for me, if someone already has a project on the table, I want to somehow get involved.
Very cool. Okay, nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you too,
Shake
man.
the hand. Do you wash it?
No, I just keep getting new ones.
Oh, you get new ones. It's not the same ones?
It's a 13th floor.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like from the old Game Master.
No, that one
It's a
is
spiritual successor kind of thing.
yeah. That one is like 11 of them are autographed. One by Miyamoto, one by Reggie, one by
man.
Fatality.
That's nice.
It's an autograph of Walter Gay, Billy Mitchell, Todd Rogers, Ben Gold, Justin Wong. A lot of top like famous Fatality. Like I said, a lot of famous gamers have autographed it. So.
Wow, cool stuff.